Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We are rolling. We're good to go? We're good to go, Shot?
That's what that countdown means.
Hey.
This is fancy.
With the double fingers with the Stone Cold. I see what you did
high
there.
tech equipment over here. That's what happens when you got shot as the engineer.
Welcome to another episode of the illustrious Kayfabe Cowboys podcast. I'm your intro man, if you will, Jade Brown. Don't adjust your screen. Don't adjust your set. It's not a problem. You don't need to call the police. There is a gathering of more than 3 black men than you see from weeks prior. Tonight we are joined by the wonderful, beautiful men from, you know what? Y'all intro yourselves. Let the people know who you are. They know who we are. We ain't important.
I don't think we have the intro that's wonderful and beautiful.
Y'all are the bold and the beautiful, you know?
Yeah, right.
What's good, y'all?
What's happening, y'all? Yes, we still watch wrestling podcasts in the building. Skip the intro. Let's get straight to the info. It's your boy Shaq. What's popping, people?
Oh, God.
Hey, yo, he wrote that. It was like, I'm going to kill these niggas tonight. Watch this.
He took it back to locker room days.
That was my old intro on our Dead and Deceased podcast.
He said that on that one episode of Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling.
Wow. And your boy's calling you out.
Hey, but nah,
it's a special evening, man.
It is, man. It's Steve Dent from Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling. What's good with y'all?
What's going on, fellas?
Shout out to our missing member, to our third man, Willie. He out there getting Thanksgiving prep, so he couldn't frying turkeys and shit, so he couldn't join us tonight.
Yo, hopefully he don't get hijacked by the gobbledygooker, so he need to keep his head on the swivel.
That's 3 points for the fullback, sir. There we go. That's pretty good. I ain't heard that gobbledygooker reference since '88.
Like I'm telling you, man. I hope that we've outlived like the era of like trash ass Thanksgiving gimmicks and shit. But we got a whole lot of shit that we got to talk about tonight. But also on the screen tonight, you know, the mixologist, if you will, bartender extraordinaire, wrestling historian, brother Nick, the legend. Tell people, say what's up to the folks, man.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this podcast. Let's get straight to the mess.
And Nick got his HR voice on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, he put on the hire your ass, fire your ass voice. And last but not least, you know what I mean? Known to many, forgotten by none. Brother Shadrick. Say what's up to the folks, man. You know what I'm saying? In the best baritone that you got. Get it to them, man.
How y'all beautiful people doing? You know, this is my show, so but I just let these people, you know, hop in from time to time. But tonight we're going to have a great episode, so I just want to kind of make that be known right now. Continue on, Jarvis.
All right. So, all right, Rashad Lamont. So, what brought about tonight's episode is the fact that we are black men that love wrestling. We have a black wrestling podcast. Yes, we still watch wrestling. There's a black wrestling podcast. There's no affirmative action, no DEIs. We do this shit for the culture. So it just lined up perfectly because we got Survivor Series, you know, a few days away. You know, you got War Games. You got one side versus the other. So we decided to let both worlds collide. And I think I managed to actually do that without saying anything pause worthy. So what I'm about to do right now,
No, you didn't.
Shit. But, well, if I didn't, you didn't say anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I did that perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to the one that said that it's his fucking podcast. I'm gonna pass it off to Shad because, you know, he normally gonna give us some sort of icebreaker question that comes completely out of left field. And I've already referenced the gobbledygooker, so hopefully that has taken that off of his Rolodex. So get it to us, Shad.
So first and foremost, I just got to say, like, this is like what AEW meant when they say like Forbidden Door. I feel like this is definitely the Forbidden Door podcast right now. But all right,
hold on, Shaw. Before you say that, there's more people on this podcast than the AEW shows, so I want to throw that out there too.
I mean that's also very accurate. That's also very accurate.
My bad.
There'll be no AEW slander tonight. As an avid AEW watcher.
So icebreaker question: since Thanksgiving is tomorrow, this is we're currently filming this on Wednesday. So since Thanksgiving is tomorrow, who on the WWE roster would you say makes the best mac and cheese?
Bailey. Have you seen that?
I'm going Naomi.
Bailey got some sazon.
I'm going Naomi. You don't get yams like that by eating
But she eat that Samoan food now, so they may not even do the carbs. Bailey doing the carbs. You can tell.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, I'm changing my answer. Nia Jax, without a doubt.
Ooh.
Yeah, Nia Jax.
Okay.
Because she's a bigger woman?
Is that because of her size? Is that what
Yes,
you're
it
saying?
is. You see the arm. You see the arms when the arms do that. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
That's some good. That's some good cooking. That come from mixing and yeah, and great.
Shit.
Dan, who you got, man?
You know what? I'm gonna put because we're gonna act like the fellas can cook too. So I'm gonna go with one of the fellas because we can cook too. I'm gonna go with Doc. I feel like Angelo Dawkins know how to make some mac and cheese, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm gonna go with Doc.
He look like he supplies the cousins walk around the block.
Right.
Shad about to say Charlotte. I want y'all to know Shad is about to say Charlotte got the best mac and cheese.
Man, let me see.
Charlotte put raisins in her mac and cheese.
Who do I got?
Her husband is Spanish, so she might cook a little.
You know what, man? I'm gonna go with something just because, like, I feel like she's of a family that actually be throwing down. I'm gonna go with Lash Legend, dog.
Ooh,
that's
she
a
does
good
have a cooking
pick.
show.
She has a
She
cooking
does
show.
have a
Yeah, that's
cooking
good
show.
pick.
Word,
That's a
she
good-
does.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she be having wrestlers
Yeah,
up there and everything, man.
that's the one she did with her boyfriend. It was like when I'm getting my ring.
Yeah, Trick. Yeah, she did one with Trick.
Shit, Matt. Yo, I got.
She
That's the
could- that's a
perfect
good-
answer. I didn't even
that's a
notice
good-
she had a show.
That's
the perfect answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Answer. Yeah.
I think for mine, I'm gonna just go with just because I seen her parents on the show and they look like to be throwing down. I'm gonna have to go with Bianca Belair.
That would have been my second.
I feel like she didn't cook though. I feel like she wasn't the cook.
See, I feel like Bianca be too independent. I feel like she be on the to-go orders all the time. I ain't know she can.
Yeah,
actually
because she
throw
rather
down in the
sew.
kitchen. Right.
But then when you threw a guy out there, and I don't know why this hit me, but I feel like Damian Priest can probably cook.
Be able to. Might be able
Mac
to
and
throw down.
cheese.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
make
yeah,
those- he
yeah,
make-
yeah, 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 yeah.
I almost
You're not gonna get us canceled.
He like he can make a hell of a coquito.
You know, I almost went with Otis, but I don't trust the seasoning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I almost went with
I
Otis.
might-
I don't know, man. You know what was it? Was it weights and steaks, or steaks and
Yeah.
weights?
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad question today. I'm actually proud of you, Shad.
I like that one, man.
I do this, fellas. I do
It
this.
It wasn't obscure like you tried to have us listing the European championships. Like that was
actually a fairly easy one, but let's move on, fellas. Let's move
like
on.
that's probably one of aside from the 24 championship, that's one of the most obscure titles in WWE history. Like I got the hardcore title above the European title.
Okay.
I might have to agree.
Okay. Well, let's. So what we talking about tonight, fellas?
Hey Nick, you compiled the outline of where we will be going tonight.
Y'all let Nick do the rundown.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like we share the load around here. You know what I'm saying? It's not just pause.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was crazy, yo.
Hey, just go ahead, Nick. Just take it.
The crazy part about it
Just
is
take it before I keep talking, please.
they're well aware that I'm using my phone with the notes on it. But one thing that I noticed on the list that I wanted to talk about is the War Games matches for the women. And I just want to throw it in there before we get too deep into it. Is Bailey definitely in the match now? Because I feel like I saw a flyer with her picture on it. It was like I
don't think they decided yet.
I think
but
so. I think she
I
is.
saw a
Actually.
flyer, and I was like, wait, when did that happen? Because like I feel like that was a little rushed along with other things. But is that official now?
Yeah, it's official.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, she in there.
That was just hella weird to me. But
Okay,
I wanted to run that down first before we get into the actual rundown.
All right. So what you had in the chat, if you don't mind me reading, in
We'll edit this part out.
Yeah, and forget it, man. We learning on the job. In no particular order. Yeah, the PLE winners and losers for each match, especially who takes the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Who killed Jade? The new WWE Women's Belt.
Okay.
The New Day backstage segment and anniversary. We already hit the icebreaker so lovely as Shad delivers as he does every week, and the Rhea Bianca face off. So where you want to start us off at, bro?
So let's start with the face off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did not realize they were calling it Team Rhea. Apparently Bianca was not a fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with everything that we know as we get into the next Who Killed Jade, which we'll go into right after that, leads me to believe that the thought pattern has changed for WrestleMania. If Jade is out, we now have to switch our plans.
Yeah, we got to pivot.
The face-off, first of all, the mask on Monday was a little bit weird.
That shit's atrocious.
That was horrible. It looked like
she got to work through the injury, man.
Yeah, but like there's better masks that could have been
Not for that type of injury.
maybe. But I'm just saying it looked.
Man, it had the extra schnoz on the end of
Yeah.
that jank.
Well, you see her nose before. You gotta.
The bigger question should
Yeah.
she even be in the
You
match?
remember
But
Undertaker's mask? He had the same injury.
Right, right.
his nose ain't
Go ahead,
look
Dan.
like that though. Nah, it is bigger question should she even be in the match? But go ahead. Well, go ahead, finish.
Well, like I said, the way I looked at it when she was like, it's a random group of women, which it low key is because I was still trying to figure out when they became cool with EO. I like that they're planting that seed early, which lets me know something's going awry in this match. But how do y'all feel about the face off?
To me, I always said that Bianca and Rhea is probably like one of the top like money matches they got for the women's division. So if they're not going to have Jade for Mania, I feel like that's the best way to go of kind of putting the seeds in for Bianca and Rhea to. I don't know if they're going to be able to clash over a title or how they're going to do that, but I feel like that's the probably the best way they can actually do this.
I think it has to have a title. Like there has to be some title implications in this some way somehow. What you got, Dent?
I
I
feel
don't think that
like
match title. My fault,
you don't
bro.
think so.
Nah.
You don't think that match should be
You
for a
think-
title?
No, it should be for. It doesn't. That match don't need a title.
It don't need a title.
Yeah, they don't need a title. He said,
But if we talking Mania,
it don't need
In
a
Mania,
title.
it has to. If it's at Mania, it has to be for a title. If it's at Mania, it has
Yeah.
to be because it's a main event match. So you can't. Traditionally, for the women's matches, like in order for that match to be a main event match, it would have to be for a title. They've never like think about it in this perspective. For Mania, they've never had a singles one-on-one women's match for without a title. It's never been done. So for that match, it has to be for a title. You know what I mean? Now, granted, if they were to have the first one without a title, that'd be a hell of a match. But I think it has to be for a title. I feel like the story is already there. Like if you remember, if y'all watched the 11 WWE with Bianca and Tez, like Bianca legit felt slighted that Rhea didn't pick her because they kind of showed her reaction. She real life didn't know who they was gonna have Rhea pick, and she felt slighted. So the story is already there. Like the fact that Bianca, especially which we're gonna get to later, especially if Bianca was behind the Jade attack, because that means she going heel. Ooh. That means she going heel. So you know what I'm saying? If she going heel, the story is already there for her to continue to have that chip on her shoulder like she did in NXT with the undefeated run. So I think it's a money match, man. I think whether they have Jade or not, I've been clamoring for them to have that match for a long time. So I'm with it, man. But it gotta be at Mania though. It can't be nowhere else. It gotta be at Mania.
it gotta be Mania.
Not you clamoring though.
Yeah, hey man, that's a great word. That is a great word.
Educator word.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about 5-point SAT word. Yeah.
Last week we spoke the ass. This week we speak the class. That's what I'm talking about.
Jesus, that's gonna be the title. What you think, GA?
What? What'd you say the title was? What you say it was gonna be?
Would you just focus on the title?
All right. So I think one of two things could happen with that. It would be dope if it were for a title, but also I don't want them to force and put a title back on Rhea. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of Super Rhea right now. It seems like she's been the savior in almost every situation that happens. Like it could be 5 women in the ring. Rhea Ripley's music hits and like everybody scatters. Like she's fucking Brock Lesnar. So, but I think the match, if built right between them two, if the feud is built, and then if we add the other caveat of where I think a lot of us might be thinking what happened with the Jade Cargill thing, I think of the two that are going to put in that, Bianca to me just naturally has more edge, so she's probably going to be like put as being the heel in the heel position, just because if we think back to NXT time, she was a heel in NXT. Fantastic. She wasn't a face until she came up to the main roster. Right. So I think they're actually starting to like plant seeds of her becoming a little bit more edgy and getting back more into the persona of what she had at NXT. That match would be fucking phenomenal, dog. Yeah. Title, no title. I would love to see that thing main event one night of WrestleMania if that's what it's going to be. So I really think a lot can come off of that. Pause.
I just wonder if they can make. Remember when they tried to make the Street Profits heel? If the fans are going to allow, quote unquote, Bianca to be a heel, because they tried it with the Street Profits. The fans was like, "We're not having that." But I agree, she was a fantastic heel. Shaq,
yes,
where you at?
I stated the match doesn't need a title, but Like it's a money match, right? But
It's a
like
money
Jade
match.
said, how do we get there? Like that means we have to put the title back on Rhea, right? Well, that means that the program has to continue, right? And to have to continue going. So she has got to get her revenge. She's got to get the title back. Like it's step by step. And do we want to rush that? Go ahead.
What about Royal Rumble?
Because she got to get
Just
her
a Mania
revenge sooner or
match.
later.
No. I'm saying Jade wins the Rumble. Rhea
Okay.
gets her title back at the Rumble.
Okay.
Now we set up. We got 6 months to let it burn.
Yeah, because Rhea got to get she got to get her revenge back sooner or later.
She got to get her.
She got to get revenge back.
Right.
You
So
know
that's
what
what I'm
I'm saying?
saying.
At
So
some
like
point.
it's now what? It's not. You could say it's December now, right? Royal Rumble is in January.
Yeah, month
February.
away. Yeah,
It's in
essentially.
February. It's in February
It's in
this year.
February
Okay.
now.
Yeah, it's in
So
February
what's the
this year.
January pay per view?
It's a Saturday. It's
Well, it's
another
just gonna be
Saturday
just
Night
a,
Live. It's another
and
Saturday
then
night main event. My bad. I said live, but Saturday night main event.
and then we got the big Netflix reveal
Yeah.
to be at the top of the month too. So
I'm so
so
I'm
you
so mad. I'm so mad that show's in LA. If it was anywhere on the East Coast, I was driving.
I might have tried. Yeah.
No, I was going. If it was anywhere on the East Coast, I was going to drive.
I was gonna call your job, be like, look where he is. All right, so we've been kind of discussing this. Let's dive into it. I don't care who goes first because I got my own feelings about it. I'm a little upset about it.
who
Who
killed Jade?
killed Jade? Now, hold on. Before we answer, this is a legit injury for Jade. In case y'all don't know,
Right.
Yeah,
she's out 3
They
months.
played it up well.
Yeah, 3 months at minimum, potentially up to a year. So
Oh,
who killed Jade?
It's only two people that make sense, man. It's only two. Anybody else who wouldn't make sense, but it's only two people that make sense. And it's either Naomi or Bianca. And I throw Naomi.
Why do you say
out there.
Bianca? Because I definitely feel like it's Naomi.
I say Bianca simply because I feel like with Jade. All right, so we've been discussing like which one was going to turn, and all of us have preferred Bianca, but we said Jade might need it more because she might be a better heel, right? But when you think about what just transpired, right, the storyline makes sense because if you go back to the press conference at WrestleMania after they had the big 3 match, Bianca was talking about how like Naomi was guiding her as far as like don't be scared of somebody taking your spot. But whatever, over the course of the year, that has wore thin on Bianca, and she like, you know what, she's holding me back because I should be going for the women's world title, stuff like that. But we got these tag titles or whatever. So the storyline builds itself, especially if she out 3 months. So that's why I feel like it's Bianca. And if she does turn heel, now Jade becomes that superstar babyface, the number one babyface on SmackDown, while Bianca gets a whole new character shift that everybody's really been looking for. So I think it's Bianca, but Naomi is a good one too.
Let me ask.
Nah, go ahead.
Let me ask you in that minute, if it was Bianca, why would she leave her match? Because she had a chance for a singles title. That's the only reason I'm a little. She had the she was going to win that match. We know. I mean, even though it's written, that was Bianca's match to win.
Well, they could spin it as if like, look, like that ain't really what I'm after. That belt's cute, but I'm a top dog. You know what I'm saying? So she could also spin it off like that. Like, you know, I was fake acting in the match. You know what I'm saying? Just to get people on my side and stuff like that. And it goes back to what you were just saying about the heel turns. It's about how we get there. And for somebody like the reason why the Street Profits didn't work as far as turning heel is because they just turned them heel overnight. Like it was no backstory or anything like that. But if she did that to Jade, that gets her an incredible amount of heat, and she'll be able to pull that off. So
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I said I think it might be a good look for Naomi to do it because Naomi left because she was pretty much a follower behind Sasha Banks. She went to TNA and where she was like the top women's wrestler for that brand. Even though they roster isn't the greatest, but she's still had an opportunity to be the top dog over there. And then pretty much ever since she's came back, she's done nothing. She's been like a third wheel to Bianca and Jade.
Right.
And all she done is twerk and, you know, slap ass.
Which isn't a bad thing. We're not mad at it.
It's not a bad thing at all. But
it's
I
very
feel like,
Uzi.
and I feel like she's probably been one of those wrestlers who's done outside those 2 women's titles reigns that she had. She's done absolutely nothing for the most part for the last 10 something years. So I feel like this is her opportunity to be like, you know what? I've proven that I could go somewhere else and be a credible performer. Now I need to do it here, and the perfect way to do that is to be able to take out somebody like a Jade Cargill, who she might feel was taking her spot. So I feel like that could be one of those things.
Okay. Who's next?
I feel like the two top suspects, we got Naomi and Bianca, but yes, but I feel as though it's gonna involve both of them on some "I did it for The Rock" type moment. Yeah,
Did
this
it for the people.
Because
I did
Naomi
it
is
for The
Samoan
Rock.
adjacent.
Yeah, I did it for The Rock. So or some they working in cahoots together where they both turn heel. Because Naomi, we see Naomi as a face several years, basically all her career. Why not try to switch it up and do something different? And Bianca is always a great heel as she was in NXT. I just feel like it was in reverse. I don't want to see Jade as a face. The point we made on my podcast is our podcast, excuse me.
I'm about to say, oh, now it's his. Then you see how
Our
they act when they get in
podcast,
front of folks.
see, now then our podcast that you don't have to be a great wrestler to be a heel. You
You
don't have
don't.
to put on. You don't have to be a
Moveset
great
is
wrestler to
limited.
be a heel. Yeah, your moveset is limited. You piss off the crowd. You get your heat, and then you keep moving, which would be perfect for Jade because she's gotten better, but she's not there yet to
She's
carry a
not.
match, to be the face of the match. So that's why I wish it was Jade. Bianca getting hurt, and we have to figure out. Obviously, it was Jade, but we'll see. But more than likely, it's going to be Bianca. But I think Naomi needs it more.
Y'all gonna stop talking about my queen like that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let GA do because I feel like he got deep seated feelings about it.
Well, speaking, you like unknowingly, you gave a perfect segue into where I was going. You said, "Don't speak on your what?"
My queen.
So
Charlotte.
I have a feeling that it's Charlotte Flair. We look because Charlotte, she's been off TV. Yeah. They haven't thrown any hints of her coming back. And if you look at,
she did on X though.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking about like on TV.
Yeah,
they haven't mentioned her. Haven't they done anything like that? So remember when Jade first debuted and she was backstage and her and Charlotte had like a little, face off because I think they were with Nick Aldis or something like that.
Yep.
And I think Charlotte walked off or whatever, and their paths never crossed again.
Storytelling, yeah.
What better way than to bring Charlotte Flair back in that spot to get her back to being a heel? Because Charlotte Flair is best when she's a heel. She comes back, gets instant heat, and now when Jade Cargill finally comes back from this legit injury, she gets like a John Cena pop coming down there to beat the shit out of Charlotte Flair. So that's where I'm going. I'm going Charlotte.
My only issue with that one, though, is that Charlotte doesn't need that. People don't like her already.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, she
but
could.
It's not. But it's not so much that Charlotte needs it. Jade needs it.
Give Jade the rub.
Jade needs the rub. Okay.
Because I think Charlotte can. Because Jade might not be the best in ring, but Charlotte can carry and make anybody look good if she likes them in the ring. She's had some matches with some people she don't really fuck with, and you could tell that she ain't care to try to have chemistry with them. But if she really, really wants to work with Jade, she's gonna make Jade look like $1 million, especially if the plan is for Jade to go over on Charlotte.
Especially Jade might be the bigger draw in this at this point, but y'all have had some really good arguments. You did not sway me. My choices was Bailey, just off of the whole where they did I think it was a WrestleMania match with Rey Mysterio, where Carlito thought he would be the tag team partner if he injured Dragon, because it was just like, why were you there? You're a SmackDown star. Why were you there? And now all of a sudden you're in the match, and you were trying to get someone to trust you, and I get you to trust me by helping you win your match, to help the team that is now down a person, and now I'm that person. My other person was Naomi. Naomi has been adamant on Twitter, because I refuse to call it X, about it not being her, and she wants to be vindicated when it's not her. My thought on that was, if you take, because everybody first of all, those tag team championships are jinxed, but everyone who's got the tag team champion got the ability to replace their partner. So Naomi goes, hey, Jade's out, I got you, sis. You know what I'm saying? We ride together, we die together. It's one of them. That's my thought. But you all have made some enticing arguments. I cannot.
About Naomi. There was a IG live interview that she did one time, and she hinted towards like eventually she's gonna turn heel, and this was around WrestleMania time. She hinted towards that, so it'd be perfect segue. That Charlotte one was good. I ain't gonna lie, like that's good, epic
Yeah, it was a
storytelling,
good one.
and
It was trash.
and
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Charlotte, I had Charlotte.
G, cool. Don't give Nick no credit.
if they
Still.
had that match,
Jade would have picked a white woman.
and that's a match.
Here we go.
That's a match
That
that
they
don't
don't-
need a belt though. That don't need a belt, and that could be in WrestleMania without a belt. So
Yeah.
that's a good one. Another
Y'all
sleeper is
sleep
Naomi
it.
though.
I do want to say
I
this
mean,
though.
not Naomi. I'm sorry. Another sleeper is Nia Jax. So,
Nia Jax was good.
Mm.
and the only reason why I say that is I don't know if y'all remember, like months ago, her and Jade, before Jade even was in the tag team title picture, like her and Jade was having like a back and forth. They had a rumble beside. There was a scene where Nia Jax was messing with her daughter and stuff like that, and they never
Yeah.
picked,
Yeah.
they never picked that back up. Like that was
Yeah, they
left
never
right
paid
there.
that story off.
Yeah, they never paid that story off. So, and Nia Jax was the first person that Nick Aldis went to. So that's another sleeper too. So, but I think it's between Bianca and Naomi for sure.
I just want to say real quick, Naomi's outfits were not hitting this week. She looked about 6 months pregnant. In that first one when she was walking in, I was like,
whatever she
ooh.
like and be just fine.
That jacket was fire. I can never mind.
She can
Never
wear
mind.
all catches out.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes Naomi be looking very like holiday hearts-ish. Like
Whoa.
if that wig ain't right, it be looking kind of busted. Yeah, it be looking crazy though.
That's mad disrespectful.
Yeah, but
Man.
you said that the women's champion was the best woman on the roster. But okay, got it. Liv Morgan. But you want to talk about how Naomi looks? That's crazy, bro.
That's more so a weave thing. That's more of a glam issue than a physicality issue.
So you're saying that Naomi can't keep up her glam squad enough to be compared to?
They on the road, dog.
Okay.
Hey.
She can't get it popping with that hot iron. Yeah?
GA, what else is on that? The New Day. So look, let's I want to knock out the New Day relatively quickly because one, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of how long this is taking. I know that they had to get to the 10-year anniversary, but I felt like they started it a little early.
Finish fast.
Yeah, I need it done, so I got other things to do. But the outfits on Monday told a story that I actually had to reach out to a Dragon Ball Z fan because I'm not that guy to understand. But that backstage,
you like you had like a
segment
little
might
samurai
have
shirt in
been
high school.
Promo of the year.
promo of the year. Like the heat, you wasted away. They said Brock Lesnar's name, which threw me.
First time they've ever mentioned it on TV.
They've said the Beast. They've said things about him, but they said Brock Lesnar.
They ain't say his name.
Yeah, I'm talking about that was the first time that anybody since he got squashed and lost the belt. That's the first time they ever mentioned that Brock Lesnar match that Kofi had.
Oh yeah.
Really?
But just with everything going on with Brock right now, for them to mention his name was crazy. I wondered did anybody else pick up on that?
He's not coming back. You don't have to worry, fellas. He's not coming back.
Ain't no telling. But that heat was real. And
not until there's a black champion.
Yeah. As soon as Montez wins the title.
As soon as Montez wins something.
Yeah. Here comes the pain.
All right, so we'll rapid fire this. Do y'all think it's over on Monday, or what do y'all think is going?
No.
So me personally, I feel like it's over, but my personal opinion, like this is going to lead to nothing. Like they're going to break up and nobody's going to care. Like Kofi's going to retire and Xavier's going to do nothing. So all this build up is for nothing.
Okay, so follow-up question, Shad. When Kofi said that he was a Hall of Famer before the New Day, did you agree or disagree?
Disagree. His career was very mid, to say the least. Like he's one of nothing stands out, to be honest with you. Like
Jim Carrey's in the Hall of Fame, dog. Everybody's a Hall of Famer.
All right, so who's next? Is it over, or are they gonna make up?
I keep telling you about that.
It don't matter. It don't
It's a
matter.
celebrity wing, dog.
Matter.
I keep telling you about that, man. He was a Hall of Famer. He just won first ballot. He probably would have won like 8th ballot, something like that. He would eventually got in.
He's on that same wing as like Coco Beware's though.
Right, exactly.
His accent and character was in the Hall of Fame.
Coco Beware.
If they were struggling to find that 5th person, you know what I'm saying, to get into the Hall of Fame, be like, you know what, Kofi Kingston had a solid career, so we'll let him in. You know, so
the New Day will make it before Kofi makes it.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I don't think it's over Monday. Nick, I hate to say
No.
this,
You
bro,
don't.
but I
You
think
don't
that
want it to be
no,
over.
I'm. Let me finish, man. I know
You
I
don't
don't want
want
it
it
to be over, but let me
exactly.
I don't want it to be over. But here's what I think. Nick, I'm sorry to say this, but this story is going to continue for a little bit longer because I think Monday, Big E's going to come back, and I think Big E is going to put the Band-Aid over the wounds for a little bit, right? The predictable thing is for Xavier to turn on Kofi or Kofi to turn on Xavier Monday, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to put the Band-Aid over the wound. I think Xavier is going to act like everything is good, and then later on in another pay-per-view, I think is when we're going to see the heel turn, but not Monday.
I don't even want to see him on pay-per-views.
I ain't even mad at that.
Okay, what you got? Who next?
It should have been over, man. It
Should
should have been over. It's a video we posted back on our channel a while ago about my storyline idea.
What's the channel?
They break up.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
yes,
ahead.
we still
Go
watch.
plug that.
Go ahead at yes, we still watch wrestling. We're on Twitter. We're on.
Okay.
Instagram, we're on Facebook,
Okay. You're
we're
doing
on
too much.
Black
Bubba
Planet.
You're doing too much.
The link will be below in the description.
We are on Mi Hermente. We're everywhere. Just go ahead and follow us. Yeah. But yeah, I said that they should have did a whole storyline when Xavier won the King of the Ring. Just to sum it up, he turned into the Mad King, gets jealous because Big WWE title, Kofi's
Game of Thrones
title, and he's never won a single championship, and now he gets jealous, and the King of the Ring title starts to go to his head, and he gets jealous because he's never won a singles title, and then boom, set it up that way and make him go on a run like that. Because remember
when they said that on the other day, I was like, "Ooh, they going for blood."
Big E
I
was
love it.
at the time
GA,
when he got hurt.
You up? What you got, bro?
So I don't want to say that I don't care.
You don't.
You don't care.
I do care just because like how long this, the New Day has been a thing. I'm just not invested.
So you like
I'll
the
just
length,
say
but
that.
not what it's giving you.
Pause.
That's
but
insane.
That's nasty.
Hey, yo,
nasty.
that might need to be the title of the show.
That's insane.
You don't like the length, but you don't like what?
What it's giving you.
Insane.
Gosh almighty.
You need to relax, yo.
Let me put that down in our notes as the title.
Insane.
I don't like the length.
Yeah.
No, you like the length, you don't like what it's giving you.
Yeah, that's insane.
My bad, GA. You said you don't want it to be over.
I'm flustered, bro.
That's crazy.
Shit. So I'm not so much invested in it anymore, but what I'm thinking is I think they're putting too much energy into building to this heel turn or the breakup, which lets me know it's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you ain't gonna say all that shit in my face and I'm not gonna knock your ass out. Like, you know what I mean?
Brothers or not, bro. We gotta swing.
On either end, you know what I'm saying? Pause. But I think what's gonna happen is I think we're gonna get the shock return of Big E and in-ring Big E.
That's what I had.
And that's what's gonna bring the real New Day back. Because New Day in its current iteration is not New Day to me.
It's not.
New Day is the three of them being able to do the the unicorn stomp in the corner. Xavier coming out there with the trombone and and Big E throwing his jacket at Corey Graves. Like that is the New Day that I need to see. And I heard a while ago that Big E went to Mexico and had been getting like stem cell shit on his neck or whatever. And and there have been reports that the return would basically be up to him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm hoping. So I don't think the breakup's coming. I love that there was a fire promo that came from it though, man.
Yeah,
so
promo was good.
Promo.
Would you take the New Day with Big E as a manager?
Yeah.
No.
I would.
Jack?
I need Big E as Big E. I don't need him to be a valet because then
he's too big to be a valet.
Yeah, like can you imagine him in a Nick Aldis suit? It ain't gonna happen.
Now listen, he been wearing the suits on the pre-shows. Yeah. My guy been killing it. I love his energy in the pregame shows.
But he's sitting down though.
Now he gotta move.
Yeah, like he probably got basketball shorts on like behind that table. Like
no, they ain't gonna be behind him. They gotta do a whole
he ain't gonna be able to move. Like can you imagine him, you know what I mean, him doing the New Day rocks, Jay, and gyrating his hips and his pants split. He can't be no valet. He too big. He too damn big.
I don't think I want to imagine that.
They could always break him up, and like they always do. Wait, this ain't going the way we think it's gonna go, guys. Let's bring it back together.
Kofi getting his ass kicked.
This ain't going the way, and it's
Xavier
been
come
together
wrestling
4 times.
But one thing I was thinking while Nick was speaking, I was thinking about, or it might have been Shaq, but we were talking about like how you mentioned him being able to do the Mad King thing where he won King of the Ring. I think this is another. It's late now, but it's another example of Vince McMahon's booking and how he didn't like hit the trigger when the moment was right.
Mm-hmm.
The merch was selling too hot at the time for them to break them up when they were at their hottest. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that happened a lot with people. Like, they didn't turn Cena because his merch was selling too much. He was doing too many Make-A-Wish things. So I think this new regime is trying to go through and like plant seeds and do some things that should have been done before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or just, you know, plant false seeds. But yeah, but like while you were talking about that, I was like, yo, like that, it just popped up in my mind. Like the money was too big. Oh, we can't break them up. Like they're selling. Like it's too much.
Yeah, you and this Vince voice be killing me.
But like everybody thought that Hogan, they turned Hogan heel and he was the hottest thing ever. Like you can still work and you can still move merch, man. Like it can work if you do it. No, if it's
I want some Dirty Dom merch, and he's the dirtiest of
because the factor
if you do it correctly.
The factor I try to tell Shaq all the time is what he always forgets is that WWE is for the kids too. WCW is not for the kids. AEW is not for the kids.
Roman have no problem moving merch. And he went here. Roman had no issue. And we're
not talking about Roman. We're talking about the New Day. They tailored for the kids. So like, if the merch is selling, you can't break them up.
FTC, FTK,
aspect.
man, FTK.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's why you at AEW and New Jerusalem.
My mama over there. I was trying to.
I ain't gonna joke and call them New Jerusalem. I call them New Japan. But I be joking with them calling New
They're not even
Jerusalem.
Japan. They are Virginia Championship Wrestling is what they are.
No AEW slander will be tolerated tonight.
So real quick, since we're talking about things that don't really matter, how do y'all feel about this Wyatt Six, what is it, Karrion Kross, Miz?
Don't care at all.
Don't care at all. I don't care.
I like
you would.
Karen,
you like the Miz though.
Karen
you like
Kross
the Miz as a heel.
The Miz is the first battle Hall of Famer. We're not gonna
Miz is the first battle Hall of Famer. Yes. Karrion Kross need to go ahead and get fired. I'd rather have Baron Corbin on the roster than Karrion Kross.
Nah.
I like what Karrion Kross is doing. I just don't care about. I feel like they need to establish him again as like a badass on the roster because him
when
just
kind of. He wrestled.
I couldn't tell you, dog.
Exactly. Get him out of here.
To me, he's not a good wrestler, but that's just me.
That's my point.
I mean, you know, respect to him, but you know.
Okay.
Let's go and get it. Let's go and get to this main event. You know, main event of the pod.
Oh, you definitely didn't want me to talk about the Wyatt Six. Oh,
yeah, don't you rush us because you got a hard out.
Man, we can't do that. So let's real quick. When he was Killer Kross on the Indies, that's when people come to WWE, they lose their identity.
They lose it.
They lose who they were because he was dope on the Indies and in
that's why
motion as Killer Kross, man. Like
he was dope in NXT. Remember, he came up to the main roster and
about NXT,
so was Valkyria. She was dope in NXT.
Yeah,
he should have never beat Keith Lee. He should have never beat Keith Lee, but whatever.
Right.
That's true.
But then again, he should have never lost to Jeff Hardy when he came up on in his opening match. Like what type of shit is that?
Yeah,
right. You're like you trying to present him as a bad man, as a badass, and like you. All right.
And he was the NXT champion at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Because now I'm about to really get pissed off. All right. Yeah. Let's move on.
So let's get to the PLE, and I want to talk about one match in particular first. This United States Championship match with LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. I hate that I felt like it was thrown on the card. 2 attacks and you get a championship match. Like there's no story build up. There's nothing there. I really don't care, but I got LA Knight winning.
Ditto.
He's gonna win by DQ.
DQ?
Like,
okay.
Shinsuke's gonna get disqualified.
Okay. I forgot that. I think it's going to be a disqualification because either Carmelo or El Idolo is not going to let this happen because it was too quick. I don't like it, but yeah, I'll go to DQ too.
Shinsuke is.
I'm gonna go.
He's not gonna win,
You go,
but
shot.
it is what it is.
See,
Yeah,
that's why they
it's.
know
I,
Shinsuke slander.
the results that I'm saying right now is I don't care. Like this is gonna be trash no
I
matter
don't
what.
care. I think it was rushed. I don't like it, but okay, cool. What you got, Dent?
I think LA Knight gonna win, but if Shinsuke don't eventually win this title, it's gonna be a travesty. Travesty.
I think Shinsuke puts on a great match, but can't finish. GA, what you got?
Pause.
I was gonna let that one slide, but then I was gonna
Hey
let that one
yo.
go. I was gonna let that one go.
Hey, I think y'all made mention to Carmelo. I don't think he's on the card. Y'all made mention to El Idolo. He's not on the card. I think Shinsuke gets the win because one of them two are gonna interfere and cost Knight the match. Because LA Knight is US champion. It ain't you know what I mean? I love LA Knight, but him being the champion right now is really not doing anything. Like, and Shaq mentioned if Shinsuke doesn't win this title or a match at some point, then it's gonna end up being a bad look for Shinsuke. Shinsuke needs this win more so than LA Knight needs this win because LA Knight's gonna go into a feud with one of those guys that cost him the match, and now Shinsuke can move on to do big things. So I got Shinsuke.
Okay. I mean, I get it. I think that you can't just come back after. It wasn't like you were winning before you left. And we had that conversation last week about people coming back and all of a sudden being invincible, like Bronson Reed punk ass. But anyway, all right, cool. This Intercontinental Championship match that was thrown to forgot one part. We'll go back to it after we finish the PLE. This Intercontinental Championship match, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig. Another, I don't give a damn. This championship run for Braun Breaker has not done anything. I think they should give. Matter of fact, wow. I got Sheamus winning just so he can become the Grand Slam champion. Because
That
this
Braun
Intercontinental
Breaker,
Championship ain't doing nothing for nobody.
that Braun Breaker
Braun
one,
Breaker.
they're not gonna allow him to just give up the title on this like fluky match. So he gonna keep the ball rolling.
Braun Breaker.
Hey man, on Ludwig Kaiser.
Hey, hold on.
Now, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm going this way.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Tell it to me.
they're building Ludwig up to be a little bit more ruthless, a little bit more dominant, and it feels like his personality and his presentation. This is where Gunther was. This is where Kaiser was. It's changing now, and I think because Gunther has lost his confidence. And I think what's going to happen is Kaiser's going to end up being the Intercontinental Champion, and he's going to put Gunther in his place and tell him he's disappointed.
You don't think it's going to happen in a one-on-one match, so you think it's going to happen in a triple threat?
Yeah.
Yep. Because whoever they want to protect in this match won't take the pin.
Mm-hmm.
So they can keep Braun Breaker hot if he doesn't take the pin.
He doesn't take the pin, yeah. And that would end the feud with Sheamus. So I'm with you on that. Now that you said that, I've got Ludwig winning, which leads us to our next match, and I have Gunther losing. That's the way that you son Gunther, with Ludwig having the gold and Gunther not having the gold. And also just wanted to piss Shot off and say that Damian Priest is the new WWE champion.
Shit.
Once again, that's not happening. Once again, that is not happening. I feel like when Nick and GA give their results, I feel like they do that like they haven't watched wrestling for the last 20-something years. Y'all know what?
Well, hold on. Let's not do that because if you remember, I was spotless a couple PLEs ago. It was you that didn't get nothing right.
And by the way, the title's not on the line tonight. This is like a all-star game. My title's not on the line tonight, sir.
My thing is like, all right, y'all. What's up?
Sean, can you give your take without throwing mud on us? Like, can you be an adult for once?
He doesn't know how.
So Gunther is gonna win. Gunther's gonna win.
How? In submission, what you got?
He got 30,000 finishers, so he can win with one of them.
Yeah, he's gonna squeak by.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
But Gunther is getting ready to either go into WrestleMania. We're in WrestleMania season. I don't know if y'all remember that, but we're in WrestleMania season. So he's either going to go into WrestleMania as champion, or he's going to lose it to somebody bigger who's going to actually go into WrestleMania as champion. There's no way he's going to lose to Damian Priest to do what? go into WrestleMania as champion? No, that's not gonna happen.
Wait, hold on. But you said lose to somebody bigger. Damian Priest won the title at WrestleMania. It doesn't get much bigger than that. And technically, Damian won his title. He beat Seth Rollins too. If you think about it, like there's no Seth Rollins beat him. Excuse me, but there's not too many people that are bigger on Raw right now than Damian Priest. He's got the crowd.
There is one person. There is one
Who?
person. There's actually two people. It's the cult of personality.
And main event Jey Uso.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seth.
I hate CM Punk's song. I hate that fucking song.
Seth is CM Punk is Raw?
Yeah, CM Punk is
all
Raw.
the slander out tonight, man. Jesus, GA.
All right, so who else?
I hate that song. Song.
Why? They're black. We gotta support the black man.
We're gonna get to CM Punk. We're gonna get to Punk. Who hasn't given their information on this one?
Gunther's gonna win. Finn Balor is gonna cost him the match to set up their second match between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. So, yeah.
Ooh, that's another topic. I'm gonna let it go, but that's another topic we need to discuss.
I could rock with that, Dan. That's good.
Okay, let's see. Let's get to the women's war game match. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, random as hell, and Bayley versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. What the fuck is she doing?
Hey man, the Poison Pixie.
Mm-hmm. She ain't got a tag team partner. They need to throw her somewhere. So, all right, what y'all got? Let's go Shaq first.
The faces are gonna win. Yeah.
Who takes the pin?
Candice LeRae.
Yeah, probably who's the least important. Probably Candice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was an easy answer for me.
Candice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Let's do this, Shaq. If the faces lose, who takes the pin?
Io. No, not Io. No. Give me the team. Give me who's the
It'll be Bayley. It'll be Bayley.
The team is Rhea, Bianca, Naomi, Io, and Bayley.
Bayley.
Okay.
It'll be Bayley or Naomi.
So all right, since you jumped in.
Naomi's definitely taking the pin. There we go.
Naomi can't take no more pins. Shot, who you got for this match? Who takes the pin?
I got the faces. The only reason I don't like this because right now they are talking so much about the relationship between Bianca and Bayley, but they completely skipped over the issue between Io and Bayley. Mm-hmm. And that was probably a bigger issue because they had a whole WrestleMania match and they was in the same faction, all that type of stuff. But
and Io and Bianca, like they was just fighting not too long ago.
Yeah.
By the way.
Okay, so you got that. You got them take. If the faces lose, who do you have taking the pin? Or you already said?
Yeah.
You already said.
Yeah, it's either Bayley or Naomi. More than likely to be Naomi though.
All right, let's go Steve next. Who do you have winning in general?
See, this is what happens when you have two Nansen River Warriors on the same podcast. We are aligned.
You already know it.
We are aligned in the same thing.
You already know it.
So,
we are
NRH. What? Who spells out something as a logo?
Is that your fight song? Is that your mantra?
There would be no slander. There would be no slander. Now I got
no stake in the game, baby. Yeah,
I got Team Liv winning. I got Bayley taking the pin. I just I don't see no reason why you would have Team Rhea or Bianca win. You still got to keep the allure of Rhea trying to get out to Liv. We still got to get this build up.
I think that's how it's going to happen.
I think
because Rhea is going to, whenever my bad, it's going to happen with just like where everybody enters the ring. Rhea can't get Rhea's probably going to be the last one in, and they're going to fight for a little bit. It's going to close. War Games has begun, and Rhea's going to try to get to Liv, and Liv's going to run out the cage, and that's going to put them down as the advantage.
But if you exit the cage, don't you can't
exit the cage. You can't exit the cage.
Exactly.
That's a
She's
forfeit.
She's gonna run away from Rhea.
That's a forfeit, bro.
I had Rhea.
They're not gonna have a forfeit in War Games, bro. That's a forfeit.
I had Rhea and Liv starting the match. GA, what you got for me?
So I think the heels are gonna get the win.
Okay.
And to forward something else that has, and it's just and I only started thinking about this because of Jade's injury. I got Rhea taking the pin.
That's what I got. And who pins her?
I didn't get that far. I didn't get that far in my thought process. I hope it's not Liv. Keep Liv and Rhea. I don't not want to see them feud. Like I'm not interested in that shit. So I can't think of who pins her. But
that's why it makes sense for Liv to do it.
I think Rhea takes the pin.
Okay.
And I think we start to get more of the edge from Bianca blaming Rhea for the reason that they lost, which gives us more story and more fire to them having their Mania match.
I agree 100%. But I have I have Liv doing the pin to keep that fire going. Liv or Raquel, that faction getting the pin on Rhea, like you said, Bianca causing that friction between them, because if it was my team, we would have won. Blah blah blah. That's exactly what I've got.
So, GA, think about this. They don't have to touch because it's going to be chaos in that match, right? So, just imagine something happens where everybody's down, Rhea's down, and Liv is the first one up. And if she notices Rhea's down,
and just goes for the pin.
I'm just like, oh, she's off the top of the cage through a table. She just looks 1, 2, 3, and then now she's bragging, "I beat your ass, Rhea. Yeah, you I beat you. Keep the story going."
Yep, that's exactly. But that's why I have them starting the match, because I have Rhea and Liv going at it. Rhea whooping that ass because they have the advantage, and then it comes around circle where somehow they lose.
Don't forget about Tiffany and that's the other thing I was gonna say. Don't forget about Tiffany in the briefcase too.
Now you can cash that in at that point, but there's no champions on.
She got 2 options. She got Liv and Nia.
They both on her team, so that'd be kind of crazy.
But if they win, that's kind of weird.
But dog,
if they lose,
they could win. They could be in there celebrating while the other team S's the cage, and then something happens. And something happens. So
that'd be crazy. Like, what if?
They could do it at War Games, but I honestly think they're gonna save Tiff Cash in for the Netflix debut. But it could happen at War Games. It could happen at War Games.
So then I don't know if you got a chance to watch our last episode. One of my co-hosts, I think it was GA, because shout out to having good ideas.
It was
said that what happens if during this, well, now it's not Intercontinental, it's the U.S. Championship, where whoever wins that match, that's when Tiffany cashes in on the winner after a brutal match. That way, all of the gold is with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Yeah,
that could work. Too. That could work too.
Yeah. All right.
It could never work.
We got men's war game.
Gosh,
we've got the Timu bloodline: Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Bachaloa, Tongaloa, and Bronson Reed versus the Usos, that includes Sami Zayn, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Shad, let's start with you.
First, I have to say that I've been waiting on this topic all day. I kind of allowed y'all to get through all this preliminary bull that we've been talking about. Okay, my bad. So, I love that they added CM Punk, because I feel like, I think I said this on a couple podcasts before, that I feel like them adding the 5th person to each team had to advance the story, because otherwise they could have easily just made this 4-on-4.
Right.
4-4 would have been cool. It would have worked for everybody. But them adding the 5th person kind of pushes all the stories. Like they can do Seth and Bronson, like Seth attacking Bronson before we get in. I feel like one of y'all said that last week. But they could also do, now they could do Roman Punk. They got something with Paul Heyman. Like, I feel like it just kind of, this match and setting it up this way kind of helps push everything along up until Mania time. So I'm actually, as far as like winners wise, I feel like the Timu version of Bloodline needs it more. And I feel like that'll probably be the best way to go. I'm not sure who's going to take the pin. Jimmy, because he does nothing. So he can at least do that.
Why you hate Jimmy, son?
I was trying to help
He's trash.
He made me break character.
In the event that it's the other way, I mean, I guess we know it would be Tama Tonga taking the pin, so I guess we'll leave that one alone.
Yeah. So that's why I got.
Can't take another pin. They got to protect Jacob. Bronson is somehow invincible. Okay. So we started with the Kayfabe Cowboys. Let's go with Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling. Let's go Shaq. No, let's go Dent. We'll let the Indian River.
You can make Shaq stay in.
Whatever IR HBCU letters.
River. The real river.
Okay.
So, Nick, you're kind of rude. You know that?
A little bit.
I'm going to go with OG Bloodline winning, because I feel like this is going to set up a Saturday night main event. I feel like it's going to be officially Solo versus Roman. I don't think you can have Solo versus Roman at Royal Rumble. I think you guys start that build up for what's going to happen at Mania. And obviously, we're not getting Solo versus Roman at Mania. So I feel like OG Bloodline wins. Roman pins. Either Roman or CM Punk is going to pin Solo. One of them is just going to be
Solo. Okay.
Yeah, Solo's gonna get pinned, and is it gonna be Roman or CM Punk to do it? And then the real story after the match is who Paul Heyman leaves with. Is he gonna leave with CM Punk, or is he gonna leave with the Bloodlines after they stand tall? But I got the OG Bloodline winning this match to set up that 1-on-1 between Roman and Solo.
Okay, Gorgeous Jervis.
So I got to put my glasses back on for my take. For one reason and one reason only. I have no. It's a different one. I got Bloodline 2.0 getting the win.
Of course you did.
And here's why.
Real quick. Let me throw this this caveat out there, just in case y'all don't know. So I don't know if y'all know the results. I want to say this in all fairness, right? On this Friday on SmackDown, if you don't know, Jacob Fatu actually beats Jey Uso to get the advantage match. I think that's fair to say before we make our predictions. We got because it factors into the prediction. In fact,
I didn't know that, so I didn't need to. I didn't.
So I'm still gonna watch.
Just in case y'all didn't.
I'm editing Steve out this whole episode. Don't worry about
it. Just in case y'all didn't know that, I feel like that was fair. If you don't like spoilers, fast forward 10 seconds before I say.
Well, you didn't give us an opportunity to fast forward. GA. So
all right. So
what's the maroon and gray? What's the school? I need some of that pride right now.
You talking about Norcom State University?
Yeah, I need some of the Norcom State pride.
Israel right Charles Norcom. You know what I mean? Yeah. The school on High Street. So what I'm looking at is I think that OG Bloodline needs. I think they need to win to continue advancing the legitimacy of all parties involved in that. But also, the reason I put my shades back on is not because of Jey Uso. It's because of the final boss. I think that there's going to be a point in that match where it looks like the OG Bloodline is going to get the win. The Rock's music's going to hit because War Games is no DQ. He's the final boss. He's going to come out there and make the refs let him in the ring.
And you don't know whose side he's on.
Yep. And he's going to end up giving 2.0 the advantage. He's going to get like nuclear heat. They're going to get the win. Now we get the build of Rock Roman towards WrestleMania. You know, so that's where I'm going.
I actually like that.
You finally said something great for a chance.
Yeah, I actually like that, GA. That was all right.
Hey, Shaq, I appreciate that. Shad, I don't want that from you.
Yeah, that was all right, man.
That was good.
I'm not going to follow that. I'll just say Bloodline 2.0 for the W. There has to be, because they need it more, like we have to start progressing storylines.
But do they?
They have to. Like, this storyline is going to go on.
They've been whooping the Bloodline's ass every week.
They won at Crown Jewel. How do they need it more? Pause.
Crown Jewel don't.
That's
even
a good
count,
point.
Man.
That's a very good point, Dan. I forgot about that.
That's a glorified house show, man. Crown Jewel don't count.
I think they need it more because so let's say they lose, right? Let's say Bloodline 2.0 loses. Like Roman is still gonna be Roman, or let's say Bloodline 2.0 wins, like just like they did at Crown Jewel. Roman is still Roman, Jay is still Jay, Sammy's still gonna be Sammy, Charles Mason Punk is still gonna be Punk, Jimmy's still gonna be Jimmy.
It's Montgomery Punk.
Yeah, Charles Montgomery Punk.
Montgomery, yeah.
My bad. You know what I mean? But the way that he been acting lately, man, you know what I mean? Like he was, I don't know, man. He could have been, I don't know, like what he could have been Charles Malik Punk, just seeing him pop out like that. But yeah, I think that everybody on the OG side, like they're solidified to a degree. So whether they win or they lose, like their stock isn't damaged. The 2.0 side, they need a big win because at some point they're going to start advancing them and spreading them to do different things. So like this rub of them, them getting the win, it amplifies Jacob Fatu, especially if Jacob Fatu gets the pin. It amplifies Solo. It amplifies the Tongans. Like Bronson Reed is going to be Bronson Reed, but I also think Bronson Reed is going to get his ass whooped by Seth Rollins before the match as soon as he gets out of his cell.
The Tongans would be amplified if they could complete a match, but they can't.
I got Fatu and Bronson Reed having a clear out during the match. That's going to happen. It was just them two, and then they're going to go crazy. So that sets something up. And somehow they're going to get Seth involved, so Seth and continue. That's why I was like, there's so much storylines to be progress. So I kind of feel like it has to be 2.0.
So here's here's something. I'm sorry, and when you talk about storyline, let me throw this in there real quick. I was talking about this at work today. I was like, yo, so let's say there's a point in the
Why
match.
weren't you working? Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
He works at the shipyard. He doesn't do anything.
I support my shipyard workers. I just throw that out there.
Hey man,
yeah, very much so. I ain't doing that shit.
Service to the fleet, man. Any ship, anytime, anywhere. Anyway,
y'all got a mantra.
That's right. That's right.
Without letters.
Yeah. Yeah. But let's say let's say there's a point when they're getting let out of their cages before they get down to the match. And then
so slavish that we let them out their cages.
They let them out of their cells or whatever the joint is called. And you got Bronson Reed and you got CM Punk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Bronson comes out of he gets let out of his cell. He's going down to the ring, like blindsides him, starts beating the shit out of him, right? You know what I mean? Like because Seth ain't on the card. You gotta find some way to fit him in. Pause. Like he beats the hell out of him. This goes on for a minute, then Punk gets released. As Seth is walking past, Punk gets released. Now they're face to face. CM Punk's back is towards the ring. Now Bronson Reed is starting to stir, and then Seth sees him stirring, and he puts his hands up and backs away, and then Bronson Reed just blindsides CM Punk, and it's just basically one of them things where Bronson's like, "Yo, I got beef with you, but I'm in a match with you. I'm gonna get to you, but I'm gonna whoop your ass." So I think that advances the Punk Seth Rollins story as well.
Now, if we go with that, which I love,
I like that.
Let's say Bronson and Seth are somehow not let out of the cage. Bronson goes first. Seth attacks him. CM Punk gets released. Now those three are going at it for whatever reason. Now we have that 4-on-4 that we originally asked for in the cell. That's when the rock music hits, because again, we still don't know which way he's going. We have an idea because it's all fun and playing.
With all that being said, how did we get to Roman versus Solo though? Okay, if you remember in the promo after they lost the Crown Jewel, Solo didn't feel obligated to give him a one-on-one match because they had just beaten him at Crown Jewel. So in order
because
for
Roman gets his pin back.
That's what I think. I think Roman is going to be the one to pin Solo, so they can set up that match.
I would love for us to get that 4-on-4 after we thought it was going to be 5-on-5. But when we're talking about the bloodline, we have to talk about Paul Heyman and the outfit. So I'm sorry.
I saw that too.
Let me give my. I have. Yeah, I've got 2.0 winning. Because I feel like that then breaks up the original bloodline to go back to the handling their own businesses. So Sammy's now back out of it to go do what he needs to do. Jay goes back to Raw to maybe go back after his Intercontinental Champion. He's still helping, but this is not his main storyline. But I do like but they win with the help of The Rock coming down to help at some point, and that's how we start to plant the seeds for Mania. We plant the seeds for the Solo Roman match, whatever that looks like. But I actually.
Another match to think about that could happen as a result of the results of War Games is the Usos versus the Tongas. You gotta set that up too somehow. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but is that a match we really want to see?
It's gonna happen.
I'm talking match wise because we saw Uso versus Uso, and that wasn't an excellent match, and those two are both better than at least half the other tag team.
I think if they got to fill out the WrestleMania roster, they'll definitely go with that tag type.
Okay,
yeah, you got to. If we're gonna get Rock Roman, you gonna get the Tongas versus the Usos.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we got that. We got one more. We're running short on time. I want to touch this last topic very gently because it's a women's title, so I want to be gentle about it. We have the announcement of a women's Intercontinental Championship. Now I saw you guys' list on Yes We Still Watch Wrestling. It offended me. It made me very, very angry that y'all would disrespect Chelsea Green, especially the way Shaq did. But when we're talking Raw, because now if we're talking shows, give me your top two. And I'm just saying, if I had to pick between this person and this person, should be the first person to carry the women's Intercontinental Championship.
On the spot.
On the spot. That's why I didn't put it in the group chat.
How long is Asuka out? Y'all know?
She had a surgery. Like I think she.
Yeah. Okay. Let's give her another 3 to 6.
Can I hop in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I had to pick two people who I feel like could do wonders with this, I would have to say Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. Like, I feel like with the U.S. title, everybody has it set aside that Chelsea Green is going to get it. But I feel like on the Raw side, it's a little bit more cloudy. But I feel like Shayna Baszler can kind of show why she was so dominant in NXT, and Kairi Sane could be the plucky baby face, I guess, and kind of show why she's kind of dope, because she hasn't really got it shown that on the main roster. Those would be my two people. This is
what happens when Dance River Warriors are on the same podcast. We are aligned to the same thinking.
Here we go.
All right, Stephen Clay. Like, let's.
The only name I would add to that, because I had those two, but the only name I would
add. You can't add. It's only two names.
I'm gonna go Lyra Valkyrie at one, and I'm gonna go Shayna Baszler at two. Because Lyra, they was building her up, and then all of a sudden she just disappeared. Like, she hasn't done nothing. So this would be a good way to build her back up. So Lyra, and I'm gonna go Shayna Baszler too.
I'm gonna go with. I love Shayna Baszler, yeah, but since Asuka's out, I think Asuka would have been the perfect person, but Asuka would have been
perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Who would you? I'm sorry, Shad. Dan, who would you replace Asuka with in that scenario? Shayna.
Yeah, I
replace. If Asuka was.
If Asuka was in there, I would have Lyra Valkyrie and Asuka. So yeah,
okay.
I replace Shayna with her.
All right, Shaq, who you got?
I'm gonna go Shayna and Io Sky.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Shayna and Io.
I had to look up the women's roster because we talked about it last episode. The NXT roster is crazy. I would go somebody that nobody said, but I think she deserves it because she was crying on X about it. Dakota Kai or Ivy Nile. Not that I want it, but I think that that stable needs gold somehow to be relevant.
Nick just be saying names.
No.
Yeah,
I feel like
now y'all see my frustration. Can you just be saying just the wildest stuff that makes no sense?
Hold on, wait, makes no sense. You have to listen, because first of all, Shaw don't even watch wrestling and want to do the podcast. So let's leave it there. What I'm saying is American Alpha.
I've seen Shaw at all the SmackDowns and Raws at the Scope.
So listen to me.
He there.
American Alpha needs something to be relevant. Right now, they are just kind of wading in the water. There's nothing going good for them. So if you put gold on them, because if you look at her pound for pound, she's one of the most dominant ones. I'm not a fan of the stud line, because I feel like they're still a tag team.
The
stud. Yeah, that was GA's thing. But I really feel like Ivy Nile might be able to do something.
That was the Kayfabe Cowboys. Yes, we still watch wrestling. Does not subscribe to that. We want sponsors. Thank you very much.
Well, actually,
stud line. There you go.
Actually, the stud line came from Mi Chan. She like me and Yim. She be saying that shit on Twitter.
Yeah, she says that all the time.
So if I have to take out Ivy Nile, I'll go Zelina Vega, even though I'm not a fan of her in-ring work. There you. Does that make you feel better, Sean?
I forgot about Zelina Vega. Is she on Raw or SmackDown?
Oh, matter of fact, she's on Raw. I thought she was on SmackDown.
She's on Raw.
I thought she was on SmackDown. Yeah, she is on Raw.
Shout out to my queen. Shout out to my queen.
I might have to take Lyra. I might have to take Lyra out and put Zelina. You know what? Zelina, my number one. Lyra got to go. Yeah. Zelina, my number one. I thought she was on SmackDown, but that's my bad.
Shout out to Zelina. There we go. Yeah, I'm changing.
Zelina deserves it more than anybody, in my opinion. So yeah.
So if we're talking about deserves it, then I'm gonna go Zelina, and then I'm gonna go Dakota. Those are my two.
Dakota, I feel like would be
Jervis,
Zelina, and Shayna.
So I'm looking at the Raw women's roster now, so I could get a full picture of where I'm going. I got Kairi Sane, and my second spot would be between Zelina Vega and Shayna Baszler, but I think Kairi Sane she'd be an awesome face with it, just because we haven't been able to actually see the insane elbow in singles since she's been back. So that'll be a dope return. But also, if Shayna were to get it and were to go on like an NXT Queen of Spades run, and they get rid of her current music and she goes back to the music she had like in NXT and just comes out and just beats the hell out of people. That's how you could put some weight on that title in 6 months with that, just by her coming out and just demolishing people.
I got a question for you though.
Dopest tagline in wrestling.
They get no pop though. That whole group gets zero pop.
And if you start beating people up.
But the thing is, Shayna Baszler didn't get a pop when she was the NXT champion. She came out there with a towel around her neck, came out there, beat the shit out of people, and the people, because we talked about the people. they're going to be wanting somebody to come and take the title off of her so they can be excited. She comes out.
You're not saying it could get heat? That she's revealed that the person that attacked Jade.
Hey.
That's how she could get heat. She could feel like she's supposed to be in
I like how you did that.
She could have felt like she should have been in that triple threat match for the an attorney rather than Jade. You know what I'm saying? They could spend like that. That's how she could get
Now that's one thing we didn't touch on. Who's going to be the replacement? I know we're running short on time, but GA, real quick, I'm surprised and almost offended that you didn't say Maxine Dupree.
Hey man, I'm a realist, baby. As much as I love my milk of magnesia, Maxine Dupree, she ain't there. She getting better. She putting in the work.
She's getting much better.
But I don't necessarily, not as the inaugural. You know what I mean? Not as the inaugural.
All right. So as we close out this episode, it's been fantastic. We got a couple minutes, so I just want to go.
We ain't get shots. Shot. Did you say your two?
I mean, sometimes he doesn't matter. He probably hasn't watched it yet. We don't.
I said Kyrie and Shayna.
He didn't even know that they had a.
Yeah,
he didn't even know they had a belt. So real quick, rapid fire. Since we just talked about Jade being replaced, who do y'all think replaces Jade? Real quick.
And they say tag team.
In the tournament for the championship, the U.S. championship, because I forgot that part a little bit earlier. She's now out of the tournament.
Somebody can just get a bye.
I can't comment because I know the answer. I saw the spoiler, so I know the answer. I know who it really
Okay, yeah,
is.
you stay out of this because you done already ruined my Friday night.
It's ruined.
Okay, so Dent, is it somebody on the SmackDown roster?
No, it's not.
Okay, then I hate you.
Is it somebody returning?
No, it's not.
Is it somebody on NXT?
We're playing Guess Who?
Yes, it is.
All right, stop. Because I feel like Dent can't hold his faces to let us know who's right or wrong. So
as long as it's not Charlotte, then I don't care.
It's not.
That's a good point. That's the first good point you made today, sir.
Hey, going with the clues that we were given.
No.
Hey man, no, I'm not.
No, because Dent's not gonna be. Dent, turn your camera because he's not gonna be able to tell us.
No. No, going off of the clues that we were given, about the person being from NXT. I got two picks. It's either gonna be I either got Kalani.
Okay, so it's neither one of those. So I've got Jada Parker. Hold on, he reacted.
Oh, shit.
All
he
right,
curled up. The mouth curled up. God damn it.
I got Jada Parker.
My bad.
Damn, GA. Come on, brother. What's up with you, baby? What's up?
Hey, dog. Hey, man. It's getting late, baby. It's getting late.
Yeah, we gotta get ready to go to the alley, baby. Yeah.
You should have been in line at 6:30.
Right.
In the morning.
Right.
I got Jada Parker or Soul Ruka. They're coming up from NXT.
Soul Snatcher.
Because that finisher she got is fire. But GA, close us out as only you can.
All right, so this has been, among other things, a blast, and I think this will be the first of quite a few collaborative podcast efforts that the people will be seeing on our platform, as well as the platform known as Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling. So one of these with this being a big four, maybe when Rumble's about to come up, you might see us together again, leading into Mania. You never know, man. You might see us five.
Live watch along.
Yeah, we could do that. We might see us five. Well, with the sixth man, at an arena near you. Yeah. But this has been a wonderful experience. I appreciate y'all for jumping on the podcast with us tonight. Shaq, Dent, y'all were amazing. I didn't hate your picks at all. I love your takes. You all added value, and I appreciate you just taking some of the edge off by letting me know what kind of happens tomorrow or Friday night on SmackDown already.
No, so it's a good day. I ain't talking. Yes. I'm not talking to him till Christmas.
So you know what I mean. So I can continue to enjoy my Thanksgiving holiday. I might read some of the dirt sheets tonight. But anyway, Shaq and Dent, tell the folks where they can find y'all before we get out of here, man.
That was Shaq, since he fumbled earlier. Let me go ahead, but you can find us on Instagram.
I have a lisp. I have a speech impediment. Thank you very much. I was trying to collect myself. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You can find us on Instagram,
just
YouTube.
Shoot my confidence down.
You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. those platforms. So check us out. Yes, we still watch wrestling. Like and subscribe to the content. Appreciate y'all having us on, man.
Right, I thank y'all, fellas. We appreciate the invite, and to those out there, let you know that once again, Black folks can watch wrestling, and yes, not all wrestling fans are corny.
And we should be going live on YouTube to watch War Games Saturday. So if y'all want to join us, man, to say the word.
Like where is this going to be taking place?
It's kind of like the same format we got right here.
Okay, all right, yeah, because shit, it's a possibility. Like maybe Nick, Shy, what y'all got going on? Maybe we could possibly be in the same place. You never know.
I mean, we could definitely pull up. Yeah, we wasn't counting you. We know you busy. I'll pull up the GA house because they got snacks over there.
So we might be able to make that thing pop, man, as we watch War Games.
Say the word.
Yeah, but for the folks, before we get out of here, you can find me on Instagram and the Twitter machine at it's Zach Morris. You can find me here on the Kayfabe Cowboys Instagram, Twitter machine, possibly Sky Blue, Black People Meet, Tender. You never know. You might find us a little bit of everywhere, and on YouTube.
I don't think he won't Tender.
Shot.
Shy, y'all know who I be. Y'all know my body. Go ahead.
Y'all know who I be. That's that good old warrior education right there.
Shot. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Instagram at IamLegend_716. You can find me on the Twitters at the same. Also follow us on Twitter at Kayfabe Cowboys, YouTube Kayfabe Cowboys, Instagram Kayfabe Cowboys. We are everywhere. We are taking over. There's only one podcast that can compare with us, and it's not the one that's being sponsored by a big corporation.
I know what I know we was doing individuals. I know who you talk about too. That's I know we was doing. Shut up, Nick. Shut up, Nick.
I'm gonna leave it there.
So before we go ahead and get blacklisted, let's go ahead and kick out of this episode. So we'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all at another time. 3, 2, 1. Peace.